Hello, hello, and I hope I find everyone very, very, very well today. Before we get started, guys, let's go ahead and get the usual out of the way. Remember, guys, that this is a general reading, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't, and please never, never, ever, ever force anything regarding your unique situation. And also as a reminder, everyone, that regardless of what is said or relayed or stated today, remember to always trust your own intuition and gut feeling, for it'll only lead your soul and your spirit to supreme happiness. God will always be with you within every single situation, trial, and tribulation. But ultimately, it is your decision to allow His involvement. If you'd like to book a private reading, go ahead and visit www.intuitiveperceptions.com and visit the services tab. And also when you're there, please utilize the little chat function that I have there so I can go ahead and communicate back and forth with you, and we can go ahead and advise or provide the best service regarding your unique situations. Okay, let's go ahead and bless the decks and we'll get started. Father God, I open all channels of light, north, south, east, and west. Guardian angels of the four directions, high councils who serve the law of one. Holy pure ones, please anchor this space now in your divine consecration to provide Gemini with the clarity and direction as to which he or she seeks today. And please grant me, the reader, the objectivity to read the cards and relay every single message as they're meant and or intended to be this month. Gemini, so in terms of traditional tarot, we have the Nine of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, the Magician. We also have the Seven of Pentacles reversed with the Nine of Swords reversed here in the center. Sorry for any background noise over here in California right now. It's raining, so do the best that we can here. Okay, Gemini. What's interesting here, but not very much different, than other readings, or not so indifferent, I should say, is there's no other astrological really influences here in terms of other astrological signs. Gemini, what is going on this April? Kind of feel, Gemini, that I'm just going to come and just say, hey, Gemini, are we playing the devil's advocate? I feel as though, Gemini, that these are two different aspects of yourself in terms of following this down vertically on each side. Gemini, okay, let's just break each side down. Let's just start there. Nine of Pentacles with the Two of Wands here. These are great cards, don't get me wrong. But Gemini, when we get to this side, you'll kind of see where I'm getting at, or what I'm picking up, I should say. Okay, Gemini, you know that with the Nine of Pentacles here, you have all the tools necessary. You even have the confidence to manifest things. And that's wonderful and that's great. I'm not going to, take that from you. But Gemini, why are we at the Two of Wands? Why aren't we even at the 3 or even at the 4? You have all the things necessary to manifest something. So why haven't we manifested it yet? The Two of Wands is a card that speaks of looking out into the world and seeing our options. Not really deciding upon a decision yet, or kind of dipping our toes in the swimming pool, But Gemini, the best way I can put this here is you have $1 million in your savings, and then you kind of say, or you come up with conclusions or solutions that are kind of like, oh my God, if only I had money like to buy that house, man, why can't I want a house so bad. you have the money in your account to do it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you have the resources here all built within you. The Nine of Pentacles, I look at it as a self card. Self-fulfillment, self-attainment, self-recognition, self-stability, you know? But why haven't we put into action yet? There's a stagnancy here, but it's by choice. You see, that's what I'm kind of getting at here. Now they're both upright, so that's good. But since they're upright, that's even more of a reason to kind of look at it in that sense, Gemini. You know, I don't want to beat you up. I'm just from observation here. Now, let's move over here to this side. We have the Magician with the Seven of Pentacles reversed. So Gemini, the Magician is a card of someone who has all of the elements necessary. You can see here, not sure if you can, but he has the wand, he has a pentacle, he has a cup, and he has the sword. He has everything here to manifest, all at his disposal. These are beautiful cards. I mean, favorable in readings, you know, in terms of positivity. But once again, just over here now, once again, the seeds as to which we planted, what has grown from them in terms of the fruit, in terms of the material, you know, that has grown from those seeds. You don't want them. So it's almost, Gemini, as you're putting effort into something that you kind of know isn't something that you want. And then nor do you really want to make a decision and then solidify that decision. But yet you have all the tools necessary to manifest it, and you have the inner confidence and the inner stability and the inner stability to do it. You see what I'm saying? There's serious confliction here. Now, we all have different circumstances, I understand. For sure, absolutely. But I hope you're following me here. There's a real, when I look at this, Gemini, regarding the top to the bottom, you know, there may be a motive, Gemini, at play here. And speaking of motive, Gemini, I mean, the Magician is upright, but sometimes the Magician can speak of in relationship readings, and since this is general, I'm just going to throw this out there, but the Magician in some relationship readings, especially reverse, but even upright, can speak of doing things behind the scenes, you know, in a very covert manner, in a very clandestine manner, you know. I don't want to use the word sneaky, you know, even that could be it depending upon your situation, but it's more of just not talking about things and doing things behind the scene. Now, since it's upright, usually implies that it's not anything, any kind of trickery, but the way this is laid out in terms of what we just discussed. Since when, Gemini, do you not look at situations in terms of growth and in terms of prosperity and jump towards those opportunities? Since when do you not do that, Gemini? I mean, you're all about the attainment of information, knowing more and learning more and absorbing more. And anytime you have the opportunity to move up and to actually learn something and to expand your knowledge and your consciousness, you're right there for it. You see what I'm saying? It's a little strange, you know? And when we go to the center here, the Nine of Swords reversed, I mean, this is coming out of misery. This is coming out of sleepless nights, bad dreams, ruminating over just issues that don't serve a purpose. Extreme anxiety, I mean, just running yourself crazy in terms of the mind, the intellect, the thoughts, the debilitating thoughts, all of those debilitating mental back chatter, that kind of goes on, or background chatter that goes on. That's when it's reversing this, it's coming out of it. So, Gemini, I mean, I'm looking at this and kind of saying, is this motive being manifested or being contrived or planned in hopes that you will come out of misery? When more than likely, Gemini, this is going to, if this is the case regarding the motive, this is going to bring you right back to the misery. Gemini, there's delusion here a little bit, and I don't want to sound or seem so forward and so judgmental right now, but I mean, there's something going on here, Gemini. And since this is general, I mean, it could be anything, but, or anything regarding your guys' unique situations. But Gemini, there's a little bit of believing your own lies, Gemini, or a little bit of delusionment here. What's going on? Are you stuck? Let's pull a Jesus card, Gemini, and see what he has for you. Alright, let's see what this card is. Yeah. Hopefully you guys can read it. I don't want to put up to the camera this month, but according to your faith, be it unto you. Matthew 9:29. This card, Gemini, tends to pop out when I have found, throughout me using them, that this card, not all the time, but normally, usually, it pops out when there's some delusionment going on or self-delusionment within a spread. And I think that it speaks volumes here, because Gemini, according to what you believe in and according to your code of ethics or your contrivances or your plannings or forthdoings, even forthcomings, I mean, that's the faith, in something. So be it unto you, Gemini, in terms of what comes out of it or what transpires is a derivative of the faith. So I feel, Gemini, that this month there's a little bit of confusion here. There's a little bit of a misplace of values, I feel. And also a little bit of displacement, I feel. I'm picking up like harbored resentment, harbored disdain for maybe circumstances or other people or whatever it may be for you. We need to get this kind of, into a different perspective, Gemini. I do suggest, Gemini, given, Mercury is soon to be retrograde, it's not here yet. It's a little bit in shadow as I'm recording this, but this is, I do suggest booking a reading, Gemini. Let's see where the blocks are. I'm really picking up lack of forgiveness within a certain situation. Since it's general, I don't want to be too specific with it, but I'm feeling that. And then lack of forgiveness or lack of let bygones be bygones, I'm also feeling like conniving energy too. Like getting back. It's very strange, very thick energy. Back to what I was saying about the retrograde. Since, Mercury is retrograde, even though it is going to be in Aries, being retrograde, but still, if Gemini is your rising sign, then it's the planet that really, really rules you. So Mercury really, really defaultly rules you. If it's your sun sign, it's like a co-ruler, because it's a sun, or if it's a moon, it's another aspect of a co-ruler. Just kind of depends, chart to chart. But I think you understand what I'm saying. But it all comes back to whatever you believe in your faith. That's what's going to happen, being unto you, All right, Gemini. I do suggest booking a reading with me. if this is kind of resonating with you in your unique situation. I have a soul revival reading as a service. I think that and it's been really good. I've gotten a lot of positive feedback from the reading. Check it out, okay? Intuitiveperceptions.com. All right, Gemini. You have a little bit of figuring out to do. What's going on here? Let's be mindful of our actions. You know, Gemini. But other than that, we'll see you next month, okay?